name is Matt Schorr, the creator of all you see here. Spooky comics, spooky books, spooky everything. It's my jam. So when you are not buying books from me, from my website, www.mattschorr.net, be sure to subscribe to Raze Chaos.
And welcome back, everybody. My name is Raze Chaos. You've made it back to my channel, and yeah, we are back with another video. And Raze was mentioning all the way through October that he doesn't necessarily, he didn't really want to do stuff too much different because his channel's generally creepy on, you know, he covers a lot of creepy subject matter anyway. That along with DC, and didn't really feel like he really needed to change anything. It's always Halloween in Raze Chaos's channel. And Raze actually wanted to kind of prove that a little bit by doing this video. Because on all of their channels, this would be a 100% Halloween type of thing. But Raze has always thought that the Legend of Sleepy Hollow was kind of the first step to fall. So that's why he waited to do this for November. The whole idea being... this is more to Raze. This is the season from Halloween up to Thanksgiving. That's kind of the mindset he has, and it's obviously always that time of year in the story. It is roughly it's a Halloween story for the most part, but to Raze it's always been more of a story of that area of time between Halloween and Thanksgiving. So Raze wanted to go ahead and do that because this is actually from Sleepy Hollow, the movie. It's not Legend of Sleepy Hollow. It's the Tim Burton movie, Sleepy Hollow. And we're going to go ahead and put this guy away, and we're going to get into it.
It's all right. I'm here now.
There are plenty of differences that keep this from being the Legend of Sleepy Hollow. Like I said, it was a Tim Burton movie, and when Paramount was putting this together, they basically took, they didn't want to go like the Disney route that, you know, because Legend of Sleepy Hollow, for as much as people like to stamp the Disney on that, it's actually a story that's in the public domain. So, and Disney was, early Disney especially, was very big on grabbing public domain properties and making them their own, you know, transforming them into the Disney properties, which I feel like a lot of creative endeavors stop short of that. They kind of see that as a Disney thing, but no, with public domain characters and public domain properties, that's part of the reason why it's set up that way. It's so you can pull from these old stories and make something new of your own. Disney absolutely did this. Disney had his own characters that he was able to create, but he was able to drag attention to his brand by using these famous fairy tales and putting his own spin on them. And that's exactly what they did with the Sleepy Hollow movie. With the Sleepy Hollow movie, what they did essentially was they took a script that had been submitted that was basically, I mean, it was like, I believe it was still called Sleepy Hollow, but the angle that they went for was more of a low-budget slasher movie. And once Paramount got that script, and it was theirs to do with what they pleased, they went ahead and attached. I mean, the original screenwriter was so upset with how much they'd actually changed that they changed it so much that he doesn't even get a screenwriting credit in the movie. He's actually shifted to production designer. Even though he wrote the initial script, like, it was so different from what he'd actually brought to it. Because, like I said, he wanted to go with a low budget slasher, and just basically doing what Disney did, taking something that was familiar and putting his own stamp on it. But then the studios got a hold of it and decided they wanted to do something more. They pulled in Tim Burton. I mean, I don't know if it was Tim Burton's idea to alter it that way, or just kind of wanted to do his own Sleepy Hollow version. But essentially, it is a brainchild of a couple of different creative powerhouses that all kind of merged and made their own thing.
And the head?
Taken.
Taken. Interesting.
And that's exactly what they did here. They changed quite a bit. And Raze does enjoy this movie. He does enjoy the original. He does enjoy the Disney version. But as far as all the pops go, Raze wasn't really interested in getting, surprisingly enough, Raze wasn't even going for the Headless Horseman in this case. As much as he loves Christopher Walken, the appealing thing for Raze with this character is how much they changed Ichabod Crane. And I thought Johnny Depp did a great job making that part his own, because it bears very little resemblance to both the Disney version and the actual original story. In the original story, he's he's the headmaster of a school, of the local school, and he's very superstitious. And the legend of Sleepy Hollow is just always around him. In this case, it's the actual decapitations that basically send Johnny Depp, who is Constable Crane in this situation.
There is a town upstate, 2 days' journey to the north in the Hudson Highlands. 3 persons have been murdered there, all within a fortnight. Each one found with the head lopped off.
Raze is going to try and keep this to just the movie, because you know how long-winded he can get, and he could very easily do that with The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. But so he just wants to talk about the differences with the Ichabod Crane and the Tim Burton influence, the Johnny Depp influence that they did with this. And the first right off the bat is that Ichabod Crane, or Constable Crane, is a police officer sent to solve these murders.
In headless corpse cases of this sort, the head is removed to prevent identification of the body.
But we know this was Jonathan Masbeth.
Precisely. So why was the head removed?
Why?
Right.
So it comes at it from a more investigative perspective. And he appears to be, he seems to be more of the type that he's wanting to prove that, the old adage, the new way is better than the old way. And in doing so, he brings out the latest in forensic technology, even though that wasn't even a term. At the time that that either the book was written or the Disney movie even came out, or even the time setting this is placed in, forensic was not a word that was actually used at the time.
You have moved the body?
I did.
You must never move the body.
Why not?
Because.
So he basically does so, and one of the things I loved about it, even with his little examining goggles that he has on this pop, is they show things going more of the steam route. So it's a very steampunk type attitude. And I always love that when you start messing with the when you ignore the industrial revolution that happened when steam was replaced by petroleum, and you had technology going, you had steam technology going, and then that shifted after the industrial revolution into more gas powered things. Now of course we're in more of a digital electric age, which it's not going smoothly because people want to stay using fossil fuels instead of moving ahead to more electric stuff and more digital stuff. And there are benefits to both, and it's more of a preference at this point. But as as things move, we can't ignore the fact that we're moving into a more electrical digital type situation, and everything else is going to go the route of the steam train, because we don't even have steam trains anymore, really. Some in antiquity, but otherwise, it's just a move forward, it's progress, and that's what this character is kind of representing in this. So yeah, he seems to come from a more affluent background, as opposed to the original school teacher, who was basically just a very, very simple-minded hermit type, keep to himself, supernatural, I guess you'd say, superstitious individual, who probably jumped at his own shadow. And this Ichabod is very similar in this respect, of he thinks that solving the crime is the goal more so than actually apprehending the perpetrator. In the respect that, he's, despite his position, his job, he's actually very squeamish when it comes to blood and death. While he wants to be able to solve it, he really just doesn't want to see any of the blood, which, if you're going to try and solve murders, that's going to be par for the course. You're going to deal with blood. You're going to deal with dead bodies. And it really shows the clear difference in the type of investigator that you're dealing with. So I thought that was really well done. Horseman! As a little aside, as much as Raze loved this movie, a few years after it was put out, mind you, Raze used to work in a video store, and this movie was one of the bigger releases that happened during that time. So soon after it was released on home video, Raze got together with some of his friends, and we were all watching it together. And it quickly came out that normally it would be everybody wants to see this movie that they haven't seen already. In this case, everybody had seen the movie already. They just wanted to watch it again. And once that kind of came to light that everybody had already seen this movie, you consider that unless you were a diehard fan, you didn't go to the theater more than once to go see it. It wasn't Star Wars, it was Sleepy Hollow. So once we'd all realized that we'd all seen the movie only once before, we started taking bets on how many heads were going to be, how many severed heads were going to be in the movie. And Raze is proud to say that he almost won that bet. We were pretty much at the resolution, and Raze had hit the number exactly. But in the actual climax of the movie, the actual confrontation, the horsemen, there are more heads to be taken at that point. And Raze went from being exact to being way off. But still, he won the prize for being the closest as far as how many heads went. So yeah, Raze just had to gloat a little bit on that one. He almost won that bet, but he was the closest thing to a winner of the bet, so we'll leave it at that. But good times. Betting on how many severed heads are going to be in a movie. If that doesn't sound like Raze, I don't know what else does. But we're going to go ahead and take this guy out and have a look at him.
Yeah. Interesting.
So yes, this is yet another, I want to say another slam dunk for Funko as far as how this goes. Because this pop perfectly represents the character from the movie. I know there is a bloody version. There's a bloody variant you can get. It's the exact same thing, only he's got blood spatter on him. But this if you were just wanting to get if you're just wanting a souvenir from the movie, something to represent your love of the movie, this is absolutely perfect as far as that goes. Because, like I said, he comes from a more noble background, and you've got that in the way he's dressed. He is the constable, but he comes from an affluent family, and they perfectly represented that with the clothes that he's wearing, even down to the ring. It all basically ties back to the movie and what they talked about, and then the added fun detail of the glasses, which he wears, while investigating, which I think is absolutely cute because you see all the clockwork usage, everything, that the little levers, this is him using the most advanced technology in existence at the time, and it really represents just his kind of forward thinking, his way of, we can't investigate like we used to. We have all these new tools. We know more than we did before. We can do this better. And I thought that was perfectly represented, even if it was misguided, because, I mean, quite frankly, the complicated, clockwork mechanics of these goggles really, they wouldn't last. Like, it's way too complicated for the amount of information that you could possibly deem from these things. Basically, it is a fancier magnifying glass. I mean, that really all it is. Nothing you get from these glasses you couldn't get from a microscope. That a microscope couldn't do better, and a magnifying glass would be better in the field for what you would actually find with these. A perfect representation of how technology kind of initially starts to overdo things before they simplify things. And I think this is a perfect representation of the movie. But I am interested, as soon as I get whatever that was in my throat out of there. Whoo! But what did you think about this movie, and what did you think about Johnny Depp's portrayal in this? Raze absolutely loves this. He doesn't put it up there with The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. It's really more of a interesting footnote to it. He loves the movie as it is. He doesn't necessarily think... It seems more like a horror movie themed with The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, rather being another telling of it, because they made it their own. While Raze does prefer the original, he thinks that this adaptation, or this version of it, is very good for what it was. I mean, it was basically meant to be a horror movie. They kind of kept it a little bit more intense than the actual Legend of Sleepy Hollow, and Raze absolutely loves it, thinks it complements it very well, thinks it makes it a very beautiful movie to look at. I mean, the visuals are amazing, the effects are fantastic. Raze actually remembers watching the movie for the first time and being really kind of upset initially because the whole thing was like getting to the Headless Horseman. And after the first encounter of the Headless Horseman, Raze just sat back, with his mouth open like, are you serious? They just put a sock over the guy's head? And it isn't until, the next scene where you find, it's just somebody posing as the Headless Horseman. And then when you actually saw the Headless Horseman, that was special effects in the best possible way. So, Raze loves the added backstory they gave the Headless Horseman. They loves the adaptation that they did with this, telling a totally new story out of the old one. But again, Raze wants to hear from you guys. Let me know what you thought of the adaptation, how you rate it compared to that, or if you even do. If you're like Raze, where he's just like, they're two different things, and basically the world is richer having both versions. But hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think of this thing. Raze isn't going to keep you too much longer because Raze has got all kinds of crap he's got to get worked on, and we can't knock down the creep show sign here that Raze just slapped at. This is actually really awesome. This was actually made from a 3D printer that this was made and given to Raze by his uncle, who has a 3D printer, and he just kind of made this unprompted, which was really absolutely awesome, and Raze loves it. So, to get back on track, Raze is going to go ahead and let you go now. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Again, let me know what you think of everything Raze has talked about. Hope you have a great day. The season is getting ready to start. The holiday season's just rolling right in. And I hope you have a great holiday season, and never forget that life is full of odd moments. You never know when you're going to be defined.